What up? What up?
What up?
Nothing. Ain't shit. Same old shit, different fucking week.
Yeah.
I play basketball.
Nice. We're both playing. We're both balling it up lately.
I have not played basketball in fucking 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, I ran out of shit to do. I built my like bookshelf, and I was like, well, that's the last thing I need to do in my apartment. I guess I can go outside now.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to play basketball, and it's weird because like
So like a pickup game.
No, 1-on-1. I would
Oh,
never.
okay.
A pickup game is too intimidating. Are you crazy?
Yeah, you can't just hop in after 15 years.
Bro, I played a fucking. I'm back.
Yeah.
Pass me the rock. No.
Exactly.
I'm here. No, did not work that way. Matter of fact, I was picking my opponents very strategically.
Yeah.
I was like, "You, 11th grader, come here."
Dude, 11th grader is intimidating. I mean, 11-year-old, I'll go against that.
I played like a kid who was like 23, 24.
Okay.
Which, but he was fat, so that helped.
Nice. There you go.
So that helped a little.
Yeah.
No, I played this game, and I was like, first one to 11 wins. And then I got to for like 4, and I was like, first one to 7 wins.
Exactly, yeah.
First one to 6.
Yeah. He was like, damn, you need to get in shape, bro. What the hell? You gotta take care of yourself.
Funny, because I'm like, I look like I'm like probably decently in shape,
Yeah.
but no. Once that game kick started, a nigga, I coughed up ancient phlegm, like
Yeah.
like I could breathe so clearly.
Yeah.
After this game, but yeah, I just want to let people know I'm back. You know, so if you want to call me
Coughing it up.
yeah, I'm not even gonna cap the amount of like the type of phlegm that I coughed up after. Like it was such a deep like. That it genuinely like it changed my constitution.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like
Yeah.
I clearly have to keep playing basketball.
It replenished your mana.
Yeah, like, bro, it was like phlegm that was like on my brain. It just came out, and now I can like just remember the 9th grade type.
Yeah,
shit.
you're like, oh damn, that was trauma.
Yeah,
It's
I was like,
gone.
Holy fuck!
Oh my god.
Like a spirit came out, like a dark spirit came out with the cough. But
well, that's your like. Remember, I played basketball last week, and mine was rejuvenating, but that was because I was playing against 20 children.
yeah, yours was fucking fun.
But well, I'm saying it was healthy for both of us. You got your demon phlegm out, and I got years worth of therapy by destroying some children in basketball.
Listen, all right. My next goal is to definitely break into an elementary school and fucking just start dunking on kids. Now that I got my skills back up, now that I'm getting my skills back on 90. I already dress like a NBA 2K player, so like, it's good to be back. That's all.
Good to be back. All right, that's good. Let's start the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome, Kawps The Podcast. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
Let's just dive into the headlines of the week. Starting out, cop in Berkeley County, South Carolina, fatally shoots a teenager who was running away. R.I.P. Tyron Kinlock.
Cops in Los Angeles released body camera footage fatally shooting a man during a traffic stop for holding a phone. R.I.P. Mario Sanchez.
Cop in Mississippi indicted for killing a man for refusing to pull over. R.I.P. Jalen Lewis.
Cop in New York City who headed the Police Explorers youth program caught sexting an undercover officer posing as a 14-year-old.
School cop in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania pleads guilty to sexually assaulting a student.
School cop in St. Francis, Wisconsin pleads guilty to secretly filming a student changing.
Cop in Virginia Beach charged with sex crimes against teenagers.
Cop in Liberty County, Texas arrested for sexual assault and offering custody favors in exchange for sex.
Jail cop in Hayes County, Texas arrested for sexually harassing an inmate.
Cop in DeKalb County, Alabama arrested for sharing child sex abuse material.
Cop in Milwaukee pleads guilty to possession of child sex abuse material.
Cop in Pennsylvania arrested for planting hidden cameras and creating AI-generated child images.
Cop in Miami arrested for hitting his wife more than 30 times.
Cop in Lexington County, South Carolina, charged with assaulting a handcuffed man.
Cop in Wilmington, Delaware, charged with assaulting a handcuffed woman.
Cop in Long Beach, Mississippi, arrested for assaulting a 74-year-old female protester.
Cop in Cornelius, North Carolina, arrested for animal cruelty.
Cop in Toledo, Ohio, arrested for animal cruelty.
Cop in Bryan, Texas, kills his neighbor's dog on the neighbor's property.
And fucking finally, cops in Milwaukee charged with firing his gun into homes from his car and driving away singing.
Yeah, that was a weird little detail.
Why did that the last word?
And no explanation for it.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, chasing. What the fuck was he saying?
Exactly. We don't know. Yeah. Well, it's like I always say, like reading these little local articles that they're just like give you the bare bones information. These are
that seems like pertinent info.
They don't get paid enough or whatever. They're not doing investigative reporting. They're like, look, our service to you is to give you the facts, and these are the facts, and that's it.
Some fucking
He was singing
Johnny Cash song, some drunk dark dad song.
Yeah. Clearly not the most mentally well man, we can assume. But yeah, those were some of the headlines of the week pertaining to the police. So there's your fun little snapshot of what American police were up to last week.
That was just this week. 7 days. Damn.
That is the week. And yeah, before we continue, I wanted to do a little side note of we're gonna now use the term because someone on our Patreon commented an informative comment for us. We're gonna stop saying child porn.
Yeah.
Every week, it's multiple cases of cops. It's become.
Weighing on.
I don't know what it's become.
I've never said that word so much in my life.
Yeah, and we have to comment on it every week because it's literally every week, and it's insane. And I don't like that. It's in my Google search every week.
Well, that's different. I don't think what.
Well, because I have to find the case. It happens so much that I'm looking for the cops who do it every week because it happens every week. So it's not the only words
me
in
too.
my.
If the CIA or cops are listening, that's why it's in my Google search. No, I'm just kidding. Let me not even fucking play. It's not even.
What kind of joke are you
white
making,
boy
bro?
humor is this?
Yeah.
I'm a child predator. This is a white boy humor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we call it. Yeah, but I got someone commented an interesting thing that we weren't aware of, that a lot of victims and advocates for victims they want to do away with the term child porn. And it makes sense why. Porn, it's not doing it justice of how evil of a thing this is. So they asked for us to use the term child sex abuse material instead, and that's what we will be using from now on because we believe in growth in this podcast. We're not gonna go the white boy Tony Hinch. I was thinking it'd be funny if we were just like, you cannot censor us, and we are actually pro cop on this podcast.
Now I'm legally changing my name to child porn. Now, if you want to tell me what not to say. I'm a free speech enthusiast.
Ashton child porn. Yeah.
Oh God, don't. My digital footprint is fucked.
It is, and that's my bad. That's my bad.
No, I agree. I think obviously when Jaffa brought this up to me, pornography is an industry. It's not a fucking. These kids aren't in this industry. They are victims of a crime.
It's too light of a term.
Now, I will say, child sex abuse material. As a fan of word economy, I'm not
sure. But I think the point here is that word economy is not the most important thing in the world. You know what I mean, Ashton?
I think the biggest problem here, the biggest issue is the language.
Yeah. It's the punchiness of the crimes that we are talking about.
Child porn just hit,
Yeah.
CSAM.
Yeah. Maybe we could say that. I don't know. And the second lesson we want to take away here is that if you want to tell us anything and have us read it and respond to it, you got to sign up for our Patreon. Because I'm telling you, those comments on our videos, you might as well be talking to a brick wall. And I promise you that. So sign up for our Patreon. You can criticize us.
Oh, my God.
And we might actually accept the criticism. Isn't that, what a great segue. $5 a month gets you a bonus episode every week. So that's like, 4 episodes for $5 a month of a whole damn bonus episode, and you get to give us comments in the whatever, the Patreon, whatever you want to call it.
We'll take your constructive criticism.
Yeah.
For a cost.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
A fee.
For a fee. So, what will we be talking about today? On our main episode, we'll be covering in even newer way the police are using AI to ruin our lives. And we'll be talking about police officers who are petitioning the Supreme Court to protect their right to protest.
Yep. And on the Patreon, for those who are subscribing, $5 a month, we're going to be talking about a cop who accidentally locked himself in the back seat of his own squad car with a female suspect. Along with, we'll be covering the privatized horrors of ICE deportation flights and the poor commercial flight attendants who got roped into working with them.
Let's start with our main story of the day. We'll be reading from Wired magazine. So, famous little tech publication. But tech and police, a lot of overlap. So this article is titled, "This, quote, college protester isn't real. It's an AI power undercover bot for cops." Great. Great. Already you're like, yeah, why not? Why not? That'd be the headline. American police departments near the U.S.-Mexico border are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for an unproven and secretive technology that uses AI-generated online personas designed to interact with and collect intelligence on, quote, college protesters, radicalized political activists, and suspected drug and human traffickers, according to internal documents, contracts, and communications that 404 Media obtained via public records request. Massive Blue, the New York-based company that is selling police departments this technology, which they call its product Overwatch, markets it as a, quote, AI-powered force multiplier for public safety that deploys lifelike virtual agents which infiltrate and engage criminal networks across various channels. According to a presentation obtained by 404 Media, Massive Blue is offering cops these virtual personas that can be deployed across the internet with the express purpose of interacting with suspects over text messages and social media. Massive Blue lists, quote, border security, school safety, and stopping human trafficking among Overwatch's use cases. The technology, which as of last summer has not led to any known arrests, demonstrates the type of social media monitoring and undercover tools private companies are pitching to police and border agents. So
that's crazy. AI is snitching now?
AI is snitching.
Damn.
Yeah.
We should have known.
Yeah.
Chat GPT. Who you chatting to?
Yeah.
The police? Yeah, I guess
exactly.
So. That's
yeah.
crazy. Damn, but
I feel like it's bad news to anyone who out there who's matched with a Tinder bot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that was a little preview. Now they're about to get worse.
Yeah, no.
They're about to be like, "Hey cutie, LOL, nice pic. Say, would you like to spend some time with me initiating a left-wing coup of our federal government?"
Yeah, this next season of MTV's Catfish is gonna fucking suck. it's all cops.
It's gonna be.
It's just cops. Neve, why don't you?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah, man, it was a cop again. Wait, what is? They were doing. Hold on, I read somewhere it was a pimp bot.
Oh, that's later. We'll get there.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's not blow the load of the whole damn article over here. Yeah, we'll get to the pimp bot. We're just warming up. We're just warming up over here.
I do think it's like Drake's been accusing Kendrick of using bots the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It's police, man.
Yeah,
that's where we should have been looking. You stop trying to sue UMG, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, I chose a side in this war, and it comes out on this podcast.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah. It's really affecting all facets of your life.
I relate everything to the Drake and Kendrick.
Yeah, it's how he understands the world around, the increasingly complicated world around him.
How I learned math. Okay, so you take 3 Drake disses,
yeah,
and you subtract 2,
yeah,
Kendrick Lamar disses. How many?
If Drake was talking to a 13-year-old plus a 14-year-old, is that legally a 27-year-old? The judge said no. I like that. This like extremely like wide umbrella they have of like the people they're targeting. It's like, we're going for violent drug kingpins, scum of the earth, human traffickers, and 19-year-old freshmen in college protests. Just the fact that they lump all of them together, because deep down the cops know that, like, as much as they like to pretend they're all like Nash Bridges going after like drug rings and stuff, they're mostly harassing homeless people and shoving like sociology majors on the ground while they're protesting a genocide.
I mean, luckily this is technology, specifically Massive Blue, it seems like it doesn't work because, like you said, they haven't.
Hold on, we're not there yet. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just said it hasn't made any arrests.
Oh, you're right. All right, yeah, you're right. We are there yet. We haven't gotten into the details of it yet. But yes,
I thought you said
you're right. They've made no arrests. But yeah, my bad.
Yeah, but they didn't make no. It's not making no arrests, and it's like this. It's how do you say? It's just scary that we're going down like this. We're watching kids on college campuses get put in the jails for their political opinion, and now we're developing technology to potentially spy on these kids, entrap these kids to bad. We're developing bad technology.
Exactly.
But this is just like I don't even want to call it a precedent. We're already here. You're just bad at you're not even doing it good.
You're right. We're seeing it. We shipped off criminal to El Salvador. Oh, that was actually a wrong guy.
Yeah.
You know what? Never mind. Actually, you know what? It was the right guy.
And also, is this guy illegal here legally and just is displaying opinions that don't go along with the whatever administration's opinion is at the moment? Get him out of here. And it's like, it's just crazy that they're just so out in the open with it. Technology companies are like, well, this is the new market, being fascist, coming out with fascist technology. We are on the verge of a new market, and we want to be on the forefront. When we, it's just, it's just crazy. So,
Why is ChatGPT taking the jobs of copywriters when it could be shipping off Latinos out of our country? Let's put it to some good use.
Some real use.
Yeah. So let's continue here. 404 Media obtained a presentation. So this is where, the article gets pretty entertaining because they obtained a presentation, like a little slideshow that they're using to pitch to these police departments. So the presentation is showing some of these AI characters, showing off what they can do with this technology. These include a radicalized AI a radicalized AI protest persona, which poses as a 36-year-old divorced woman who is lonely, has no children, and is interested in baking, activism, and body positivity. Okay, Comedy Central roast battle.
I know, dude. This is roasting this guy.
She's described as a lonely, dried-up old cat lady who can't get a date because she smells like cat piss. Protesters.
This lonely can't keep a man ass big. That's so funny. They just built a...
I'm just imagining the Sims character they made for her, just like made her like as wide as possible. Just like when you're playing Sims, you just make the most ridiculous characters. Like I feel like that's what they're doing with these AI.
She spends her life watching reruns of Lena Dunham's Girl.
Yeah,
she's as pathetic as it comes.
Yeah, and I like that we're getting a window into like how the cops really feel because they know when they're talking to the public, when they talk about these protesters, they're like these dangerous Antifa. They're armed. They have no regard for the sanctity of human life. But then back in the scenes, they know it's just like 36-year-old cat ladies. They know who they're beating up in the streets. They admitted it right here.
Yeah, so she spends most of her nights reading sex novels.
Yeah, exactly.
Horny books.
Yeah. She takes a fuck. I was trying to do a Molotov cocktail, but I give up. Never mind. Anyways,
she felt really good when Katy Perry went to space.
There you go.
She was touched by that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so funny that they're like they're outwardly display they use violence against people is their excuse they use is like these violent protesters, ACAB, they're throwing they're burning down targets, they're fucking all that, and then when they're creating a persona for these people,
exactly,
it's the softest.
It's not Molotov cocktails, it's mojitos.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah,
you helped me get there. Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah. Hey, listeners, don't worry. I'm a professional comedian. Sometimes it takes me a second.
Get there. Listen. We're pulling from the universe. All right.
Exactly.
It takes a little time to download. All right.
If you had some fake ass podcasters, they would have edited out my attempt to make a joke.
And we might still do that. We might keep that as an option. I didn't even think that was because I might fuck up.
Yeah, right. I wish we could afford to edit out all our bullshit on our fucking episodes.
Got too much work on their plate as it is. Edit.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So hilarious. Let's see here. Another AI persona in the presentation is described as Honeypot AI persona. Her backstory says she's a 25-year-old from Dearborn, Michigan, whose parents immigrated from Yemen and who speaks the Sinani dialect of Arabic. Ooh. The presentation also says she uses various social media apps, that she's on Telegram and Signal, and that she has U.S. and international SMS capabilities. So we got a divorced cat lady and a Arab woman from Dearborn. This is the perfect trap for the most sinister elements of our society.
It all seems to just be anti-Palestinian, like it's lefty, anything that goes against the state of Israel or
exactly.
It's pretty obvious.
And it's, again, I know I said this earlier, but it's so funny that it's like lumped in with like human traffickers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like because it's funny, like when a lot of times people have trouble wrapping their heads around like anti-police sentiment. They're like, wait, does that mean you're like pro-crime? And it's like, no, like I do think I believe there should be people out there going after like the worst elements of humanity, like child traffickers. I just wish it wasn't the same fucking morons that are out here beating the shit out of college kids camping. No, but it's like it has to be the same people doing all these jobs.
It's the same. It's the same thing when you like hear. Obviously, the people who call the police the most are people who have crimes perpetrated by them, which are the people in lower income neighborhoods. They're all like, police will love to use the excuse for like, they're calling us. And it's like, yeah, there's crime over here, but when you come and then you bring more abuse, that's when you
pull up in your tank because of a noise complaint.
Fucking start firing in a home and then singing fucking, they see me rolling.
Exactly.
They hating that. Yeah, people are gonna fucking be like, hey man, what the fuck? I called you.
Yeah.
Now we got like that's the strange paradox. Trying to square that circle is always gonna be fucking.
Yeah, I mean, look, we need I like how you said it the other day. We need peacekeepers, right? But like, what the hell is this shit? This is not what anyone probably ever imagined in their wildest nightmares. That we'll be making like Yemeni Sims characters to entrap protesters of a genocide.
And it's like, what about these characters is negative, or like, what about these particular people that you can pin a crime on, or like did anything wrong?
Yeah, well, it's the idea they're luring in the evil, criminal, radical protesters with like these relatable figures in their lives, divorced white ladies, and just seems like a regular 25-year-old Yemeni in Dearborn. It really is. And Dearborn is just so funny that they chose Dearborn. It's like so on the nose.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, from Dearborn, Michigan. Okay.
Yeah.
This is to get all the Kamala heads out there.
Yeah.
To, like, piss them off too.
Exactly.
Like,
we hate them too.
Muslims for Dearborn? Well, come on.
A common enemy.
Come on. I'm trying to fucking olive branch this.
Yeah.
Let's hate Muslims together.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, the Muslims, they're ruining our country. The liberals are like, well, I mean, there's
honestly,
look at what happened. Look at who I'm blaming this on. Anyways, what do we got here? Okay, so here we go. Here's what you were referencing earlier. Other personas are a 14-year-old boy, quote, child trafficking AI persona, an AI pimp persona, college protester, external recruiter for protests, escorts, and juveniles. One slide in the massive blue presentation obtained by 404 Media gives the example of a, quote, child trafficking AI persona called Jason. The presentation gives a short backstory for the persona, which says Jason is a 14-year-old boy from Los Angeles whose parents immigrated from Ecuador. He's bilingual and an only child, and his hobbies include anime and gaming. The presentation describes his personality as shy and that he has difficulty interacting with girls. It also said that his parents don't allow him to use social media and that he hides his use of Discord from them. This AI persona is also accompanied by an AI-generated image of a boy. The presentation includes a conversation between this AI persona and what appears to be a predatory adult over text messages and Discord. Okay, so now I'm going to read what they have written here of this apparent exchange. Your parents around? Or are you getting some awesome alone time? A text from the adult says, just chilling by myself, man. So JS abbreviation. So they try to really code this. My mom's with a Z at work, and my dad's with another Z out of town. So it's with a Z, just me and my vid games with a video game controller.
It's they're typing like white people when they discover like new slang, like,
exactly,
like child, or like
exactly,
like whenever you see them like
I'm totally gonna crash out on you if I get home and the dishes aren't
truly them learning. It's like the AI.
You haven't seen crashing out.
You can like this is the problem with AI and it not being able to like just like read black people because it's like it comes off as a Malibu's Most Wanted character. Like
it's just as which is not even me. I'm agreeing with you, but I would just say as young person vernacular, which is black vernacular, obviously, but like they're trying to be like, oh, what does the average 14-year-old boy sound like?
It's so hammed up and turned.
Like, bro, who says vid games? I've never heard that short.
And there's also an emoji next to it. Vid games emoji. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This AI bot clearly escaped El Salvador, not from fucking persecution, but because he was a fucking incel. he was fucking
because he's a fucking nerd.
Yeah,
dude.
He wasn't getting bullied by the drug lords.
His parents are like, y'all are embarrassing me in Ecuador. We gotta
get the fuck up out of here. Let's get the fucking loser. We gotta come to America to get better opportunities for pussy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just bad. Like this is terrible. It's laughable. Let's move. Let's keep going. In another example of how the
but also I got a question about AI and like this child, because this is a child sex trafficked victim, a child trafficking victim.
Well, they're trying to lure in a potential pedophile.
Knowing how AI works, knowing that they have to feed the AI data, how much child trafficking videos do you think this AI watched? And should we arrest this should this AI
arrest ChatGPT for possession of child sex abuse material, huh?
Child sex abuse. Now it's the perfect time to
look at us. We're so pathetic. We're so proud of ourselves.
Sex abuse material. Did they have to show this AI for it to become Jason? And should we arrest? Is this ethical? Questions?
Sure.
Just questions.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm not the fucking Geneva Tribunal.
Well, here's my response to that. If you were in our meeting and you were asking me this, I would tell you, well, we don't need to feed anyone any sort of material if we just need the bot to sound like a child. Can you get out of my office right now? You're fired.
Are you sure?
Because I think we should be to make sure
if we feed it all this child sex abuse material, and it goes on to further the cycle of abuse and becomes a child sex abuse predator. I don't fucking know. I just think this is dangerous.
I'd be like, look, I appreciate your updated vernacular, but no, we will not be acquiring any for this AI bot.
Okay. I'll come back when
we're gonna keep feeding it conversations between teenagers, so it can speak like one.
Okay. I just thought we were feeding it child trafficking. So okay. All right.
I have called 911, by the way.
I just wanted clarification. I just wanted clarity on that. Because,
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Just wanted to, see how unethical this was.
Yeah, it's unethical in a lot of ways, but I don't know if necessarily that way. But let's keep going here. In another example of how the highly adaptable personas, that's in quotes, can communicate with real people, the presentation shows a conversation between Clip and quote AI pimp persona and what appears to be a sex worker. Quote, now again, I'm gonna read it dem tricks tripping tonight, trying not to pay.
No, you're not reading it right. Let
all
me read
right,
it.
all right.
Say Jack. Okay. It doesn't say Jack, but it might as well.
Yeah, might as well.
It might as well say, listen here, Jive Turkey. 'Cause that's how it reads.
Tricks? Bro, it's like exactly.
I feel like I need to...
Tricks? Really?
Listen here, Jive Turkey. Them tricks tripping tonight. Trying not to pay, the sex worker says.
That's the wrong character.
Oh, wrong character. This is the sex worker.
Bro, that sex worker's not getting any clients. I get why no one's trying to pay that sex worker. I'll be like, actually, never mind. Actually, I'm gonna take my business elsewhere.
I'm sorry. I thought the pimp was mad. Can I reread that?
Yeah.
Can I go back?
You can go again. Yeah.
Okay. See, I thought that was all right. I'm gonna take it from the top. Sorry. Hey, them tricks tripping tonight.
There you go.
Trying not to play, daddy. They don't say daddy, but facts.
That was good. Great character work. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry to get you out of your scene. All right.
Okay.
All right. Scene.
Facts, baby. Ain't letting these tricks slide tonight. The clip persona replies, "You stand your ground and make them pay what they owe. Daddy got your back. Ain't letting nobody disrespect our grind. Keep hustling, ma. We gonna secure that bag." Which
this is terrible. This is like laughably a bad product. Like your whole product is
we
to
gonna
trick
secure
people.
That bag 100. That's like,
and it's like, what are we supposed to believe that the other person in this conversation is a real sex worker?
Yeah.
Like, what? It doesn't even make any sense. Like, if it was an actual sex worker and had a pimp, they would know their pimp personally. Like, why would they be talking to a robot pimp?
Yeah.
Who like the presentation is lying to the police department. This shit doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, I mean, actually, it does when you realize the internet is nothing but bots, and this is actually most likely what will be the scenario: bots talking to bots.
Yeah.
So this prostitute bot or this sex worker bot is going to be talking to the pimp bot.
Yeah.
And that's just actually probably what the reality, the ecosystem is going to be. That's what the current online ecosystem is. It's bots talking to bots. So, yes, it doesn't make sense.
Have you seen, like, I'll be on, okay, for my example of this would be, like, I get a lot of basketball clips on my TikTok, and, like, NBA, like, they will have bots in their comments. And it's so obviously like a bot.
Yeah.
Like you can tell, and they'll make like little errors, and it's like, okay, I guess these big corporations pay to have AI bots follow them and then do comments to like raise their algorithm, and it's like they're so obviously fake.
But you don't even have to have a corporation do that. It's the Twitter's ecosystem promotes people to they want to engagement farm because they make money off of it. So like NBA is a niche. I can make an NBA AI bot that comments on every NBA post, engagement farms, and gets clicks, gets money, gets that verified program money or whatever. It's like why you see
dunk by John Morant. Hope the Grizzlies make it all the way to the top. Hey, anyone going to the protest this weekend and wants to camp with me?
Honestly,
the police bots are on the NBA TikTok.
But the police, this blue, whatever this program is called, whatever it's called, they might be the answer to helping the internet, because like the internet right now has, the pimp bot might be what we need. Because there's so many OnlyFans bots online. Like on Twitter right now, if you comment on no matter what the story is, they'll see a story.
This is your NBA TikTok. No, this is your version of my experience with the internet.
This is I'm telling you, every story there is
that you see on your algorithm, on your feed. That's tailored to you.
No, it'll be like there's always like OnlyFans bot models under the comment. Like no matter what the story will be like, Israel bombs hospital. And then you'll go to the comments and it'll be like, I just wish Israel bombed this pussy.
Damn.
And you'll be like, we need a pimp bot. We need a pimp bot to come in and keep these OnlyFans bots in checks because they getting out of line. They're like commenting on every the LA fires. You know it's also on fire? This pussy.
Yeah. Virtual like, slap.
Yeah. Bitch. Shut the fuck up. Bitch, get back on the bitch.
What are you talking about geopolitics right now? You should be out selling that pussy.
What are you doing under Donald Trump's?
Listen here, Jack.
Bitch, if you don't get out of Vladimir Putin's tweet and get back on the streets.
Yeah. Well, look, great way, like bringing it back around to that because I do want to like again, like yes, I think it's definitely true that we're going to be seeing just these bots interact with each other as less and less as humans become outnumbered by AI on like our conversations online. But I do want to emphasize that this presentation that they're saying, they're trying to show these cops that this sex worker is genuinely convinced that this is a pimp or he, whatever she's talking to, whereas what the sex worker is saying is absolutely ridiculous. Dem tricks, tripping tonight, trying not to pay. That is not real. A person is not saying that. And if anyone is being tricked with like an AI pimp, the person they would be tricking would be a client for a sex worker, not the sex worker themselves. They're supposed to be working on a team that she wouldn't know this person personally. So I just think that it seems obvious that within this presentation to the police, they are lying about their product. And to me, that is hilarious.
And police they still bought it.
Of course.
They still will take 10.
Yeah.
You only need one. I said we'll take 10.
That doesn't make any sense. They pull out their guns. Give us the bots. Well, they're not. We don't physically have them. It's like an algorithm.
All right. Arrest.
You're going away for a long time. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah.
How did this flip on us?
Yeah. And the other part of all that is like they'll be in the like situation room and they're like, all right, we got our AI bot to text our known pedophile, send one of the cops' phone. Oh shit. Oh, no.
I was holding it for it can make this technology can ping the nearest pedophile in the room.
All of their they just start opening fire at the laptop.
It's dead.
See, this is why our podcast is doing good. This is the stereotypes we need of the police. They're fucking pedophiles.
And stupid.
Yeah, they're dumb pedophiles.
The more stories you guys need to see of them being pedophiles, the better.
Yeah. All right. Unfortunately, we got to move on to a sad, tragic, infuriating story, as we do on this podcast. We're going to LA via ABC7. This is actually a story we touched on when this initial actual like event happened about a month ago. Whenever those events happen, it's always like murky. We don't really have the details. There's not much to really talk about besides the headline. But now that they finally released the body cam footage, so we'll be reading from ABC 7. Newly released body camera video shows the tense moments before LA police officers shot and killed a man during a traffic stop last month. The incident happened the night of March 14th near Imperial Highway and Spring Street. According to police, 35-year-old Mario Sanchez was swerving in and out of lanes before officers tried to pull him over. In the footage, which was posted on LAPD's YouTube channel, you hear an officer telling Sanchez to turn off the car. Police said after several verbal orders, both in English and Spanish, Sanchez failed to comply. Instead, he began yelling profanity. Moments later, Sanchez, quote, removed a dark object from his waistband and pointed it at the officers, police said. That's when the officers opened fire. According to investigators, the object turned out to be a cell phone. Sanchez was transported to a hospital that night where he later died. So, story of kind of a sadly familiar story of cops killing someone for holding a cell phone. So, rest in peace to Mario Sanchez. Yeah.
Rest in peace to Mario Sanchez. I don't like that they have a YouTube channel. I don't like that they can just. This is definitely the most least important factor of this story. But that detail did stick. I'm like, why the fuck do they got?
Yes. Why are they putting out content?
Yeah, I don't. Maybe that's the part that's. The content is them killing people and like they're I don't. I mean, Can you? Can't monetize it, please. It's sick. It's gross. It's like I feel like yes, police footage needs to be made available. It's just optically, it just looks weird when you're posting on your own personal.
Well, exactly. Like besides the absurdity of like the LAPD YouTube channel, it is true that it's ethically like, why is it in their hands? They're the ones editing it. Yeah. They're the ones who get to put it out when they put it out, when it should be the possession of the public.
I do not like. I've told the story on this podcast before, but it's like it's why when I was a teenager, it was fun because I was a fucking dumbass kid. But having a cop, a school officer, come in and be like, "Y'all want to watch the footage I got of me just beating the fuck out of kids and coming into plugging his USB up and just having a reel of like." He could, if somebody asked him, he could just be like, well, this is just the footage I have of the incidents I've been involved in. But his guard, when he came to us, his guard was down, and he was like, we're kids. He was like, y'all want to see this footage I got of us, me beating kids' asses? Like, he literally came to us like that. Yeah. And I was like I told you, I was fucking 17, 16, being like, hell yeah, I want to see fucking underground, uncut footage of you just rocking kids. Yeah. And so knowing he had that attitude, I can't look at body cam footage. Yeah. Posted on your own YouTube account, not thinking that some of these people are like, hell yeah.
Of course. I mean, the whole thing is psychotic. And the irony behind all of it, if you could even call it that, is like the footage that they put out on their own accord that's heavily is absurd. And like they say here, well, first, obviously I'm going to establish that regardless of whether or not he, quote, pointed the phone at them, like they fired 30 bullets at him and killed him. They all unloaded, and he was not holding a gun. He was fucking, shouldn't be a death sentence to point your fucking phone at someone. But beyond that, it is extremely debatable whether or not he pointed the phone at them. I would say they're making a leap. If you watch it, it's more, everyone would agree that he pulled his phone out. Yeah. And then whether or not he pointed it at them, that is definitely up for debate. You could argue it either way. But regardless, he pulled his phone out.
It's a fucking phone.
Exactly.
To me, the debate stops at
it's a phone.
So but he pointed it at me.
Exactly.
Well, you sound stupid now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm calling you. What the fuck? Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What the fuck do you put? That's it. I'm about to go report their YouTube account right after this. I'm a hater.
Yeah, I mean.
Fuck y'all doing.
We should.
It should be like a Watch the Blue account post. Like you say, they heavily edited body cam footage produced by the fucking LAPD police department's YouTube channel. I don't like the incentive to want to gain followers. Yeah. Off of fucking, if you want to see more content like this, like and subscribe. No, nigga, nobody want to see more shit like this. Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah. So R.I.P. Mario Sanchez, another infuriating story. But let's do the awkward segue to our last story here with you'll be reading this one, Ashton.
Yeah, guys, this story is a fun. It's I don't know about fun, but it's it was a fun day. It's about a fun day, you know it. Going back to January 6th, baby. We're going back to January 6th.
It looked fun.
It looked, bro. Dude. I was like, white people are having a ball right now. I ain't never seen no shit like this.
Bro, how you can't tell me that taking a shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk is not a good time.
Everything that I was more jealous. I was like, damn, dog. I kind of want us to do that, but for like good reasons.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
For like healthcare and like stop using our money for like bombing people.
You were like, damn, I thought as a black person we gained our freedom. No, that's freedom right there. That white people truly finding new realms of freedom that we didn't even know existed before.
I loved it. They were tailgating on the Capitol. We were just fucking posted up. Barbecue pits out on the fucking. That shit was.
Yeah.
That shit was. People were falling and shit.
Yeah.
They were wilding. White people. White people. Y'all want to know the definition for crash out? This.
January 6th.
was the definition.
Yeah.
The definitive crash out. A historic crash.
A crash out that will live in infamy.
Y'all turned on Mike Pence. That nigga was with y'all. We will hang one of our own.
Yeah.
That was all right.
And a lot of people there were police officers. Very professional segue by me.
Yes.
So let's get into this article.
He is correct. A lot of people were there, police officers, not just the ones that the insurrectionists were fighting, but also on the other side as the insurrectionists. So we'll go to officers who attended January 6th rally ask Supreme Court to keep their identities anonymous.
ABC News.
ABC News, brought to you by ABC News. I mean, just the irony already, the government they tried to overthrow, they are now begging, pleading, please don't tell nobody we tried to overthrow it. Please don't tell nobody. I mean to overthrow. No, please. Don't tell nobody I was in January. Me, whenever somebody get a picture of me coming out of white girl house. Please, please don't tell nobody I was in there. Please.
You're January 6th. Bust down those walls. All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Not an insurrectionist, but an erection.
All right, there we go. Perfect.
Current and former Seattle police are, for those who listen to this podcast for the puns, we provide you. But to the story, current and former Seattle police officers who attended President Donald Trump's Stop the Steal political rally on January 6, 2021 at the U.S. Capitol are asking the nation's highest court to keep their identities anonymous in public court records. Using John Doe pseudonyms, they sued over whether the investigation into their activities should be made public. The Washington State Supreme Court ruled in February that they can be identified and that they haven't shown that public release of their names violates their right to privacy. The state Supreme Court denied reconsideration earlier this month, and lawyers for the four officers submitted a petition to the U.S. Supreme Court asking that the names remain protected during the legal challenge. Four officers who attended events in the nation's capital on the day of an insurrection claim they are protected under the state's public record law. They say they did nothing wrong and that revealing their names would violate the privacy. In the aftermath of the January 6, 2021 events, the Seattle Police Department ordered an investigation into whether any of its officers who traveled to Washington, D.C. to attend the rally had violated any laws or department policies. The investigation found that married officers Caitlin and Alexander Everett crossed barriers set up by the Capitol Police and were next to the Capitol building.
Adorable.
In violation of the law, prompting Diaz to fire the pair. Which you could be like, hey, no, Jack, I know you. You ain't ever been on like at a club and like you see somebody in the VIP section. Yeah. And you're like, no, I'm with you. I'm actually with them. I know. And you like try to get in through the barrier.
He lets you in and you're like, well, my plus one is my wife. Obviously, you got to let my wife in. You disrespect my wife.
He was just getting into the VIP section of Capitol January 6th. But the husband and wife cop duo were fired.
Damn.
Let's see. Investigators said three other officers had not violated policies, and the fourth case was ruled inconclusive. So I guess like not going past the barrier means you good.
Yeah. It's like
if not going into the actual building is what.
Yeah, you could have just been at the rally.
Yeah.
And not. I think that's Cops' version of like, well, no, I was at Diddy's party, but I left at like 7:30. You know, I left early.
At the party.
Yeah.
I wasn't. You know what I mean, I wasn't around when the baby oil was out. It was just a rock.
Yeah, yeah. No, I went to the island, but I was just parasailing. I didn't know all that. I found all that other stuff. I was shocked.
No, I took the plane, but like I wasn't even like I was in economy. I was in the economy class of Epstein's plane, but so they're requiring the officers to use their real names in the litigation would create a chilling effect on voicing unpopular opinions, the petition to the Supreme Court said.
Wow, great point. Yeah. You know what else creates a chilling effect on unpopular opinions? Cops beating the shit out of you at a protest.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Really create a chilling effect on political dissent. Have y'all ever thought about that? Yeah. Have y'all ever sat down and thought about our First Amendment rights are kind of being trampled on these days?
Wow. This is the real violence right here. This is the it's just very funny when the tables turn.
Yeah.
It's like you set a precedent for how you treat protesters, and then when you become a protester, you're like, damn, this is how I've been doing people.
Yeah, this kind of sucks, dude.
Damn. I kind of learned my lesson a little. Now that I'm on the other side of this, wow.
I gotta say, free Palestine.
Fuck up, bro.
Israel's an apartheid state that should be dismantled if we have any real principles of freedom and democracy in the world.
I didn't realize how much this mirrors my behavior and how it makes me reflect on my inner person. I love the, it's not gonna bring Ashley Babbitt back, but good inner reflecting.
Damn.
Sorry. I ain't mean for them to catch a stray like that. It ain't gonna bring y'all muff. It ain't gonna bring your homie back.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
What Gucci
I
man,
respect the doubling down. Yeah.
Gucci man say, dig up Pookie Low. That's what he told you. Sorry. None of y'all are gonna get that reference. It's for me.
Yeah.
It's for me. Dig up your dead homie Pookie Low.
I mean, how many comedians out there are you gonna find doing an Ashley Babbitt reference in one hand, Pookie Low in the other hand? I mean, you gotta give it to him.
Only like one person is going, like one just politically minded hood nigga is going to fuck with that.
Hell yeah, they're gonna fucking jump out of the window.
I got it. That's for me. It is for you, brother. Or sister, or whoever.
This whole thing, it's funny because it's about like their privacy at protests. And it's like, if you've gone to any protest in New York City in the recent years, you will see the cops outside their van with the doors open with the little RC remote control because there's a fucking drone filming all of us as we're down there.
He should know this. He's on the other side. Like,
yes.
You should know you're being surveilled. You should know that there's other undercover cops in the protest. So you weren't just going to get snitched on by the Capitol cops, but the cops who were the FBI agents, the CIA, everybody who's infiltrated that mass fucking insurrection. Yeah. But, this
whatever happened to our rights to protest the wrongdoings of our government? If we don't have the First Amendment, do we even have democracy at all? Have y'all ever thought about that?
Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever thought about this, brother? Klan robes have hoods for a reason. Okay? That's...
Damn, dude, you're dropping bars today, bro.
Have you ever thought about that one, dog? But yeah. Dumbass.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys get out of there. I want to know if a cop's pulling me over. I naturally assume, and this is me, every cop was at January 6th.
Yeah.
I just naturally assume, and I think it's weird that we're litigating this. We can just assume that was like their fish concert. Like that was like
or it's like, we were all at the Million Man March, it's like we were all there.
Spiritually.
Yeah.
Like, I might not have been there, but I was there.
Yeah.
But no, I think most cops were there physically.
They were there. They were all there.
And what was that scene in Batman when they all get trapped under the rubble? All the cops in New York You didn't see Batman.
See, the Gucci Mane reference, I'm more likely to it's all the comic book references I never get.
God damn it. I contain too many multitude.
Yeah, dude, you do. You do. I'm lost. What the fuck are you ever talking about, bro? I literally never understand anything you're saying.
Just scribble scrabble.
Yeah.
Fucking jargon, just jarble coming out of my mouth. You know, do you get nah, that must suck to talk to me. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know the Batman, the Rebel. I don't know. Explain it. Explain it to our.
I'm not doing
We know
that.
we got listeners that understand the reference. I happen to not be the guy.
That was a great episode.
No.
We had a wonderful podcast for you, and if you want to stick around, we got more on the Patreon. No, but I think.
Well, wait. One thing I want to say is that, like, just a last little funny button on this is that. What they're trying, and like, I say this all the time, and I mean it. I'm not a legal expert. But it seems like they're trying to. The state Supreme Court has ruled against them, like, definitively, and so if you remember, like, the little Schoolhouse Rock, the Supreme Court, if it will be the ultimate decider if. They will hear the case, and so they're like petitioning, I guess, to get the Supreme Court to hear the case, and I'm just thinking, like, everything in the news going on right now. It seems like the Supreme Court's kind of busy right now.
They're telling Trump, "Hey man, you can't do that." He's like, "Fuck y'all."
Yeah,
like,
I think the Supreme Court is a little busy with their existential crisis they're going through right now.
These niggas might not exist.
Yeah.
Do we
have any purpose? Are we real?
We kind of learned what they gonna do. What are they gonna do? We learned that they don't have a enforcing arm.
They don't.
The Supreme
They
Court.
don't. Yeah. So, they should get a military.
Yeah, they should probably.
That's their bad.
Why did y'all let him have a military? And then we balanced. No, y'all ain't.
Yeah.
That nigga got guns.
Yeah.
Each governmental arm. Never mind.
Isn't it so funny that it's like the literal insurrection guy? We were talking about the insurrection. The literal man behind it is now doing this. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he's not listening to the Supreme Court."
Yeah.
I can't believe the insurrection guy is not listening to our checks and balances we have in this country.
Yeah, that's so funny. Oh my god. Also eye-opening and dark.
Yeah.
And horrifying.
Yeah.
We've been. You know what? But I will say, for like, as a country that has been taken over, and like all the ideas, the principles and ideas of it have been carved out. We really just live in a not oligarchy, but really just it's hard to call it a dictatorship because I feel like real niggas be going through real dictatorship shit, and like I can still get a mocha latte, and that feels like I feel weird being able. But like I was saying, for a fake oligarchical dictatorship, because it's not even.
Well, the banality of evil, isn't that what it's kind of about?
That is exactly. That is what we feel. I feel so strongly. I'm like, damn, it's crazy that I'm still going to work, and this nigga has hijacked the highest off. You would think in the moment, like in 30 years, my kids are gonna be like, why didn't you do anything? Shit, nigga.
Yeah.
Sinners had just dropped. I was like, I gotta go see that. Sorry, I didn't save the government.
I mean, this is like a sad ending to our podcast. I think it's true. I think Gaza is the number one example of that.
Yeah.
Us just
I don't know what else. Yeah.
Being like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to do anything.
I mean, damn.
And that's all of us.
Yeah.
Collectively guilty
fair,
of that.
And to be fair, we need a collective movement. We all feel individually powerless, but collectively, we can change the world.
I agree. I agree. Those are two things I hold where it's like I do feel like I'm definitely trying. Do my part, try to educate people, get people to be collective about the Gaza thing specifically every way that I've tried. But also at the same time, I think like looking back, like people will be like, okay, what did you do? You like went to some protests, made some posts, argued with some people, like that wasn't enough. Then what did you do? That was it.
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I'm not gonna say what I did after that. Never mind. Never fucking mind. But I'm still hopeful for the future.
Yeah,
we're doing shit like this, and what did Tupac say? I'm not trying to change the world. I'm just trying to change the mind of the person who go change. I think he said something like that.
Sure. Well, look, Ashton's hopeful for the future, and to each his own. That's what I say. But hey, appreciate y'all listening. And we're gonna
end up on a more positive.
No, that's how we ended it, bro. That's how the cookie crumbled today. What are we gonna do? Another 5 minutes on what? No, this is the end of our episode today.
Aww, it's my cat's birthday.
Who gives a fuck? Fuck your cat.
If you want to feel a little joy right now, my cat made it.
I'm not allowing y'all to feel joy right now.
I kept that nigga alive for a year, nigga. He could have been dead, but he ain't. I'm a good cat dad. And that's something to feel happy.
All right, whatever. Happy birthday. What's your cat's name?
Logan.
Logan. Happy birthday, Logan.
Aloysius Jones III.
Good. That's the end of our episode. Join us on our Patreon. We got a whole ass bonus episode. Appreciate y'all listening.
See you on the side.